keep an eye out for Regina Kill Bill Tarin. You may not know who she is now, but you will once you're done watching this video, and y'all will certainly know who she is after September 23rd, when she makes her semi-debut on Dana White's Contender Series. Not an official UFC debut. She's got to actually win this fight to, make her UFC debut. But she also has to make a statement too, because if she goes out there and wins like a split decision or a boring decision, Dana White's not going to sign her. But I have no doubt she's going to go out here and, make a statement type of performance where she's like undeniable and Dana's like, I got to sign this chick. But I'm going to admit, I know nothing about Jailsla Chavez Abraba. I know nothing about her. So I did a lot of, tape study on Regina, and I will now watch all 5 of this chick's fights, so I actually know what I'm talking about, have a better sense of this matchup. But I'm just going to be positive, and I'm just going to say right now, I think Regina is going to win, and then she's going to make a run in the UFC. And in this video, I want to predict how I think her UFC career is going to turn out. I think that she wins this fight, first and foremost, in impressive fashion. And then say she wins, I think we'll see her UFC debut in the first quarter of 2026, I believe. But there's also a chance she could do a quick turnaround, short notice fight, maybe in November in MSG, on the prelims or something like that against an absolute can, and she wins that. But I'm going to say she wins this, then we see her again maybe somewhere between January to March of 2026, and she is going to win her official UFC debut. And I think in 2026, she's probably going to fight maybe 2-3 times a year, go undefeated that year. But I'm just going to explain my, hyping of this girl, Regina Tarin, right? I want to explain why I think she's as good as she is, why I think she's as promising as she is. So, how I sort of came about this girl, I was scrolling through Instagram. I forgot the other chick she was posing with, or who she took a picture with, but I'm like, damn, this girl, who is this girl? She's fine. So I clicked on her profile, she was tagged in that picture, and I clicked on her username, checked out her profile. I'm like, damn, not only is she fine, but this girl can fight too. She is very talented. I saw some highlights, but that wasn't enough. I wanted to watch her full fights. She's got a few fights on Fight Pass, and then there's some you can catch on YouTube. Some of her fights are kind of hard to find online because, she has a lot of fights on the regional scene, and it's not easy to find fights, that are on the regional circuit. But I watched literally all 6 of this girl's fights, from her pro debut to her second fight to her third fight, fourth fight, fifth fight, sixth fight. And I mean, this girl, she may be 20 years old. She's very young in the sport, born in 2004. She's going to be 21 in October. But for someone so young and inexperienced, she's not one-dimensional. This girl is good everywhere. She's a grappler first. She's very good on the ground, good takedowns, good top control, good ground and pound, and she's got submissions. She's got 2 wins by sub, 3 wins by TKO. 1 of her TKOs were standing, and the other 2 were on the ground, right? But she can fight on the feet as well. She's not bad in the stand-up. She's got good kicks. She's got good hands as well, good footwork, good feints. For someone who's already 20 years old, she's the complete package, and she's only going to get better. I think this girl is only going to improve in her skills, and if she is how she is right now, with how complete she is, with how skilled she is, Imagine how she's going to be 5 years from now, which is why I do predict that she is going to be a future champion. Okay, there's a reason why I think she's going to get that UFC title. I think Regina Tarin is the next big star in women's MMA fighting out of Mexico, okay? And I think she's going to be the second Mexican-born female champion in the UFC after Alexa Grasso. Now, I'm hoping that she's going to like have this smooth sailing fast track to the top, and she becomes like the youngest champion in the UFC in WMA history. But I do think that it is going to take some time. I do think she's going to have a bit of a long road. And you know what? There might be a loss or two along the way because she's so young and because she's so green, but it does not matter. Because she's 20 years old, she has so much time to grow in her skills and to get better. She could lose once, she could lose twice, but all I know is after a loss or two, she's only going to get stronger, and she's just going to go on a run, go on a win streak that is going to lead to a title shot. I said how her year of 2026 is going to go. Now, 2027, I can maybe see that being where we see a potential loss in her career. Maybe they throw like a crafty veteran at her or something like that. And she has like a good learning, teaching moment, maybe loses a decision or something like that. But then, I don't know, whether she wins or loses in 2027 or even 2026, like I said, it doesn't matter. She just has to win her Contender Series fight, get in the UFC. But I do think somewhere around 2028, I think that she's going to be ranked. I think she's going to have 2 years in the UFC unranked. I think the UFC, they're going to take it slow with her. They're probably going to take the O'Malley path with her, where they're going to like feed her like unranked cans. Like the level of competition she's fighting on the regional circuit, they'll probably give her something similar in the UFC, right? But eventually they're going to step it up with her. They're going to give her people somewhere like low in the top 15, and they're going to build her from top 15 to top 10. And I think she can win from that top 15 to top 10 ratio. And then I think she can crack the top 5. Probably somewhere in 2029. And then maybe around 2030, she becomes a title contender. And by that point in her life, when she's 25 to 26 years old, she's going to be even better and more dangerous than she is now, and good enough to win the world title. Now, she competes in the bantamweight division, although her last fight against Caitlin Neal, who was actually Amanda Nunes' student on Tough, which is one of her best career wins, and I'm going to talk about that fight in a moment. Okay, what am I trying to say here? Shoot, I'm having like a bit of a brain fart. Crap. I kind of lost my train of thought. Okay, I said that 2029 top 5, 2030. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, she's going to be an even better version of herself 5 years from now, than she is right now, right? And I think the landscape... Oh, yeah, I said that she competes in the bantamweight division. But her last fight against Caitlin Neal was a catchweight at 130. And I think she had a fight at flyweight. So I'm not sure if she's going to be a bantamweight fighter in the UFC or flyweight, or she'll go back and forth, or maybe she'll struggle at bantamweight and choose flyweight. If she chooses flyweight, she might be a force to be reckoned with because she's like tall, long, 5'7". Those are good attributes to have for a flyweight fighter. But bantamweight, I think she could do all right as well. But what I'm trying to say here is, in bantamweight, say that's where her career is in the UFC. I think the landscape of the bantamweight division is going to be so much different. All the top girls you see right now, like Kayla the champion, Nunes who's coming back, Norma Dumont, who's going to be like a future title challenger, Irene Aldana, the gatekeeper of the division, Raquel Pennington, the former champion. I don't know if I already mentioned Juliana Pena, but if I forgot Juliana Pena, The former champion. Hope I didn't repeat myself. I'm probably gonna like listen back to this video and cringe on the brain fart moment and maybe repeating myself. But all the girls you see right now at the top, I don't think that they're going to be here by the time Regina gets to the top of the division. So right now you might be saying, well, Regina doesn't beat Raquel. She's too inexperienced. She doesn't beat Macy Chiasson. She doesn't beat Ketlin Vieira. She doesn't beat Aldana. She doesn't beat Kayla. She doesn't beat Pena. She doesn't beat Nunes. And you're right. She doesn't beat any of the top girls right now, but it doesn't matter. Those aren't going to be the fights that she's going to be matched up with. And by the time she works her way up the ladder, we're going to see a new wave of competition. Nunes is going to be gone, okay? Kayla Harrison isn't going to fight at bantamweight forever. The Nunes fight might be her last UFC fight. Then she might say, sayonara, I can cut this weight to 135. No more. Juliana Pena, I doubt she's going to be around. Norma Dumont might be around, but she probably won't be in her prime. Aldana, if she sticks around, she's going to be like a complete ghost. Same thing with Raquel Pennington. So the girls that right now who maybe she can't beat, they won't be here, right? So I do think the pathway is going to clear. And I don't know who she's going to end up fighting for the belt, but I think with the skills that she possesses, she is so capable of becoming the champion. You know, she's got that that confidence, that swagger. I like the way she taunted Caitlin Neal here. You know, she was like pointing to the center of the octagon and then had her arms out like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, she's got that confidence of, even if I can't take you down and I can't control you on the ground, it doesn't matter. I can scrap with you. Like, that's the thing that I like about her, is she's not a one-dimensional grappler. She can beat your ass on the feet if she can't take you down. And she couldn't take down Caitlin Neal, I don't think, once. But she stopped her on the feet. And that fight against Caitlin Neal, I believe, was the most improved we've ever seen. Regina. And another thing about Regina is that she's got good cardio as well. Like, there are no questions about her, whether she can fight standing, whether she has a ground game, or whether she can go late in the fight, because the fight where she won the championship in Budo Sento Championship 25, she went into the fourth round and showed no signs of slowing down. This Luisa Fernanda girl, she wasn't going away easily, right? She was staying in the fight. And it took Regina 4 rounds, and she didn't gas out. This girl didn't have the upper hand the longer the fight went. So imagine 5 years into the future, her striking's going to be even better. Her grappling's going to be even better. And we know she's got that cardio, that she can go 5 rounds. And she's Mexican, so by default, she's already going to be super durable. She's going to have that Mexican toughness. She's going to have that Mexican chin. She's going to be hard to knock out. And if she's already a good grappler, I'm not worried about her going up against other grapplers. Like, if someone else tries to take her down, she can defend takedowns or fight from off her back. I mean, this girl, she is the truth, okay? Like I said, she's got that swagger, that confidence, and she's creative. Like, this girl be, like, doing cartwheel guard passes. Like, who does that? Who cartwheels to pass the guard, okay? I've never seen that before. That's something new, okay? She's changing the game as we speak. And it's only a matter of time. And when that day comes, when she becomes the champion, this is the video to look back on and be like, wow, DJ was right. He was a day one. He called it from the beginning. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to look like a genius by the year 2029 or 2030 when she fights for the title. And when she wins the title, all right? Now, you guys might be looking at this thinking, bro, you're simping. You're biased, bro. You're biased because your type is Latinas and she's good looking. Look, her looks did draw me to her, but then that gave me enough incentive to actually give a crap and want to watch her fights. And she's not just a pretty face. She is a skilled fighter with good promise, and I see legit potential in her, and I believe in her. I believe that she can become a UFC champion soon, in time. Oh, I think half her face is cropped out. I shouldn't have opened the full screen. Oh well, I'll just leave it like this. I believe her time will come to be a UFC champion, and I believe that she's going to win in her debut or her contender series fight. I still gotta watch this girl's fights, and I'll definitely do like a breakdown and prediction of this matchup. Wow, I know I've never actually broke down and predicted a contender series matchup, right? This will be my first time ever doing it, but that's because I care. I care about this fight. I care about her success. But you know what? Even if, let's say, Regina loses in the contender series, which is very possible, this girl is pretty dangerous. I do know that she does have some knockouts. Um, I know she's fierce in the stand up. That's what I heard about her. Regina could lose this or get rejected, but again, the beauty of it is she's 20 years old and she's got time. So she could lose this fight, gain experience outside of the UFC, but eventually, she's like her future lies in the UFC and with the UFC title, no matter what path, no matter what her path looks like, whether it's smooth sailing, whether it's a little bit messy, whether she doesn't get signed right away off this fight, maybe because she loses. But I believe in Regina, Kill Bill, Tarin. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe, and peace out.